Knizia. It always comes back to Knizia, and it's practically the Knizia renaissance right now. Knizia-sance, if you will. And because of so many killer reissues and new titles, we've had quite a bit to talk about on this channel as of late.
Sorry. I have a question. Who is we?
What?
You always say we on this channel. Is it?
Well, I don't know. Like the royal we, like as in we and us and them, you know.
So we was always just you?
No. I mean, yes, but no. We've always had a lot of help both behind and in front of the camera on this channel. I mean, heck, Eric, your luxurious model hands have practically become internet celebrities at this point with how many videos that you've been in. But point taken, we need to have a little bit more of the we around here. So for all of you at home, this is Eric, who has done plenty of help on the channel up to this point. However, you're going to see and hear more of him as we go forward, more of the essence of the we at the Cardboard Herald.
And today, more than the royal we, is going to be taking a look at Iliad and Ichor, two head-to-head two-player duels published by Bitewing Games, designed by Reiner Knizia, part of their Mythos collection that they're putting out right now. Iliad is an abstract tile-laying duel where you and an opponent try to control rows and columns by strategically placing tiles. But not just any tiles. Each tile has a special power that you can activate when you play it, ranging from moving around you or your opponent's tiles, or flipping one of each upside down, negating them entirely. Whenever a column or row is filled up, whoever has the most points shown on tiles in that line gets to choose from the point tokens on either end. Careful though, you have to keep track of the 5 gods. Once the board is full, both you and your opponent compare the scoring tokens you've acquired throughout the game. If one of you has all 5 gods represented, or 4 gods along with the 2 rings representing a marriage to Helen, and the other doesn't, the player with the support of the gods wins outright. No scoring necessary. If you both have all 5 gods represented, or neither of you has all 5 gods represented, you go to scoring, adding up all of the different numbers on the tiles you've acquired throughout the game. Whoever has more points is the winner. I think it's great. I think that the requirement to have all 5 gods makes the game a lot more thinky and a little bit more analytical than it would be otherwise. The turns are really fast, the turns are really fluid because you have to keep your plans changing on the fly depending on what 2 tiles you have in front of you. It is so much fun.
But if one abstract dueler isn't enough, we have Ichor stripping the frills down to an almost elemental level. Monsters are storming Olympus, and the first player to place all of their tokens seizes the victory. By default, each turn you move one of your 6 characters in a straight orthogonal line until they run into another character or wall, dropping a control token on each space they exited and returning the opponent's tokens from each space they entered, until 14 tokens in the smaller or 19 tokens in the larger board are played. Which sounds kind of dry, though honestly it's pretty cool on its own. But part of the magic of this game is each side has their own unique allotment of gods that they get during setup, and each of those has their own one-time use ability that you can activate during the game. Push an enemy character out of the way, smite an enemy character in a sacrificial death, place tokens atop already placed tokens, or wrap around the board. The unique powers add just enough of a spicy layer to the game without bogging it down with incomprehensible rules. And the fact that they're all one-time use, but you have a full complement of them, makes it feel like you can afford to spend them throughout the game, but not so many that you can choose to be frivolous. Ichor is fast, fierce, and the kind of puzzler that ends with both players just looking at the board and going, "Again!" Overall, both games show that continued collaboration between Bitewing and Knizia can bear fruit, hopefully bucking industry wisdom that makes it hard to publish dedicated two-player games, especially those balancing minimalism and opulence like the proposed upgrade components in our editions, including cloth maps, wood victory tiles, big bad daddy coins, and albeit questionably translucent in the text department, acrylic standees. But the big question is, do you need one or both in your life? How many gamers who have been trained to drool and drop cash in a Pavlovian response to the good doctor's name actually need more slight two-player abstracts in their lives? That's more for you to decide, and you can't go wrong with either of these games, but it's a tough market nonetheless. So if you were going to go for only one, which would you go for?
I think I personally would go for Iliad. I think that I enjoy the puzzle aspect of it more. It's more analytic. It is definitely more of a thinker and slower paced. I also think that I prefer how easy it is to carry around. I hiked this up a mountain and played in a cabin the other day because it's just 3 bags that are really easy to fit in, whereas I feel like Ichor is maybe just one too many components to fit that niche for me. What about you?
Well, honestly, I like and could easily see continuing to play both. They both feel cunning, real impactful, and they work really nice for our Friday funtivity lunch coffee shop gaming that we typically do together. But if I had to pick one, I think I would definitely go for Ichor. The mythological theme, the very impactful loadout of one-time powers, and how very instinctive the core concept is, treading in the same waters as something like Santorini or even Go. While I enjoy Iliad, the puzzle is a little bit more analytical than instinctive for my tastes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they both fill slightly different niches, and I could see both of them sticking on my shelf for a long time to come. They're really great two-player duels.
And that's our review. And so, let us know what are your favorite two-player games of all time, and also, what do you want to see Eric tackle in the future? We have a lot of ideas for things that we could expand on this channel, as far as having live streams, having more podcast discussions, bringing back a lot more interviews or other features that we haven't done in a long time, like hot tips for games or more in-depth analysis of strategy, or even just looking at older games to review. Put it in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and thanks for being such an awesome community.